greatest in the land. 'Cause I know they always can.
And I can't believe it's 60 episodes and it's rocking and rolling. What's up, Flobo After Hours, featuring me, Flobo Boyce. Thank you so much for rocking with me each and every Monday night, unless when I'm not here. Like last week, my brother was in town, took a week off, but I'm back, baby. But before I get to my special guest, who's very special, so special, you know how special he is, just got to say that this show is brought to you part by the Boisterous crew. That's what we call our Patreon. Those are the people that helped this guy make his dreams a reality by supporting the homie. Support your homies. So I give a shout out to Christopher C, Christy H, ACH, Edric P, Oliver E, Princess Leia, Matthew C, John W, Richard R. You make this show a reality. Hey there, Kirsten. Now, I got to introduce my special guest who's been on the show so many times that I still have to figure out how to make him crack and cry on air. That is my goal. Won't happen tonight, though. This guy is the CEO of JLJ Media and does a bunch of things. Please welcome James Lott.
I'm Flobito's biggest fan. I'm back, bitches. That's right. I'm back. Buy graduation day. Buy a t-shirt at flobito.threadless.com.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. So
that's not me. You think I look like a koala? Is that what you think I look like?
No. Well, koala bears I like I like koala bears. I like you. So
all right, well, I appreciate that. Well, what's going on, James?
Happy 60th.
Yeah, 60 episodes. And I think you're on like episode 50 of New Amsterdam Read. All my milestone episodes to make sure you're a part of it.
I'll tell you. So I was in episode 30 of this show. I was episode 50 of the other show, but I was also episode like 9 of this show.
Yeah.
Early on.
Yeah. Really. It was the episode called No More Dumbbells because during the pandemic, all the gym equipment went away.
Exactly. Yeah. Hi, Candy Poo. Hello, David. Everybody they did it for me. James Lott.
Hey, they did. Let me ask you a question. Did you ever get those dumbbells, by the way?
What's so funny is I almost did. But then we gave them to somebody else, so I don't have them.
Okay. Wait. You stayed up for that? Why? It's available on demand.
Why? What are you saying why for? Hello.
I mean, you all right. I'm just kidding.
I'm a draw, Flobo.
You are. When the ratings are sagging, I got to call my man JLJ. But other than that, before we get to the show today, I just wanted to know what's going on with you, man. How's life? How's everything? How's the fam? How's everything?
Everything's decent, I guess. It's moving along. I'm in love with. Oh, hi, Christine. Everybody's in here. I'm in love with my new grandbaby, Trenton. He's 4 months old. He's the bomb. I get pictures and videos of him every day, and he's the cutest baby on earth. I just can't believe he's the cutest baby on earth. So I'm very, very happy with him. Last month was a rough month for my family. We had a lot of painful milestones, but we got through them. Together. With September 11th coming up, we have another painful milestone for my family. Right, so that's another one. Right. But we've been sticking together. We've been actually sticking together, so it's pretty good. I was writing a script before you came on right now.
Tell me about it.
It's about a gay brother and a straight brother in North Pole City. And the gay brother is homophobic. The straight brother is homophobic.
Oh, I'm going to say, what?
Yes, I walked backwards. I'm drinking out of a glass that's fall-like because I'm waiting for.
Wait, what is that today? Is that a vodka cran?
Wow, you must know me. It is a white cranberry Cosmo.
Oh, wow. Cosmos are great, man. And they're very stealthy, too. You never know when it knocks you in your ass.
Exactly. But no, my family, we're hanging in there. We're doing okay. It's a little warm these days in LA. It's a little crazy. But no, we're hanging in there. Everybody's alive. They're safe. Most of my family is vaccinated and COVID free. So we're not about half my friends aren't right now, but other people, but my family, they are. So we're hanging in there. I'm alive. I'm alive.
Being alive is great. You know, it's right. It is hot in here, especially in these old apartments. I was wearing a tank top like you are, but I put on a shirt for the show, and I realized instantly it's a light shade of green, so it may sweat through, which is pretty great. which is pretty gross. I'm gonna give a shout out to people in the chat right now. Haywood Wong, Christina, she asks, "Is James the MVP of What's Up Flobo?" He does everything. He's on all my shows. And Dave Big Money Menace is gonna get my book when he gets paid. I understand, man. Get your copy of Graduation Day now available on Amazon. In fact, I would say wait until tomorrow. That's when the paperback version of the second edition is going to be available because I didn't know how small the type was till I got my author's copy.
Kids.
Okay,
I had a hard time reading this
so let me explain.
Bad eyes.
I'm not even doing my show yet. Okay, so what happened was I submitted my manuscript to be published through Amazon, and with Amazon you can get author's copies. Basically, it's like it's supposed to be a back channel way, so you're not paying the retail price. Great, that way you can resell it. Fine. Didn't know when you order your author's copies, it takes 2.5 weeks. So there was people out there with the book before I got it. So my copy actually came last Thursday. My brother was home. I'm like, oh, I can't read this. There's no way I can read how small this type is. So if you guys bought a book, thank you so much. You guys have excellent vision because I don't.
I know. I'm a 4 eyes, but I had to use my 4 eyes and a magnifying glass so I can read this shit. But it's good, kids, and I'm gonna have them on my in between the pages show. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna talk about this book. I have to learn more about Flobo. I wrote a review on Amazon. I read it.
Okay. I will read it because I got like 2 5-star things, which is great. But I want a review. What do people think?
I gave you a review. I gave you a rating and a review.
Okay. Well, now that I got paid today, I'll definitely pick up the pill. Part 7? The new one?
Okay. Well, Hayward Wong's starting to mess already. Well, wait. James Farmer is James Farmer. You met Jack Farmer, right? Is Flobo's biggest fan. You spelled it wrong. First of all, you spelled it wrong.
Jack hates me.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm his biggest fan.
Oh, yeah. Christy says the print was fine for her. Bless you with your 2020 vision. People stop being a little bit close together. Okay, let's get the show started. It's about 7 in.
It's your show. Sorry, go ahead. Am I in the treehouse, the clubhouse? Where am I? What the fuck? Where am I?
So Monday night, we're in the treehouse. And the reason why it's called the treehouse is I'm on the second floor of my apartment and I overlook even more apartments. So at night I can see like the city lights of the apartment homes in Palm. So all these 3-foot tall, 3-story apartments. I'm like, yeah, treehouse. Yeah.
The one in the treehouse. Okay.
Little treehouse. Real quick, how was your Labor Day? Was it good?
Oh, I did absolutely nothing. I didn't answer emails. I watched 7 documentaries and I binge watched 3 series over the last 3 days. I never do that. Never do that. I'm so happy. I just relaxed. I just ate, I drank, and I slept. It was great.
Yeah. Candy Poo says he wasn't writing a Forever and Day book since yesterday was National Read a Book Day. James will write those books in his sleep. All right. So we got to get the show going because this is actually one of my favorite games. That's right. We're going right to the game. The second time I ever did this one. This one's called The Longest Game. Last time my other fan, Jack Farmer's on the show, I went out and reached out to some of your colleagues and asked them to ask questions that they were too embarrassed to ask you. So from all over the JLJ media empire, we're going to go through these questions. You rocking with me?
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm ready.
Woo. Flobo asks, why are you so sexy? No, I'm just kidding. One of your voice actors, Dave Moxley, says, what was it like having a show about Santa when he was played by a skinny guy like Dave Moxley? And were you surprised about his fantastic performance?
Yes, Dave Moxley knows this. If Dave Moxley watches this show, I'm still salty he left JLJ Media for other things. I'm totally salty. I retired Santa. He knows it. I told him, I said, I don't want anybody else. He did Santa. But he did the main Santa voice so well that it was scary. And also, I'm gonna say something nice about Dave Moxley too. In our sessions, he was a great leader in our sessions. He would help out other people. They actually hired some other actors for things. But he was also good about, being supportive and let's get the takes going. And he was really, and I never had to ask him that. And it's just funny, he was really good about that, about doing that. So he really he was like a leader. And that show, I love doing that show. That was one season, like it's not coming back. I have other series out of it. But if he ever wants to come back and play Santa for anything, I will happily do it. I was very shocked because he looks so not the part.
This Thursday, at New Amsterdam Radio, Dave Moxley will be my guest, so we get to talk about JLJ Media some more.
Oh, interessante. Okay.
Follow-up question from Dave. He also asked, why did you choose him?
After 20 people, I told people this. Looking for a Santa was creepy. It was one of the creepiest experiences of my life. These people who were auditioning, it's creepy. These Santas were like offering me things and saying it in Santa voice. I auditioned like 20 people. And you never think it'd be the hardest thing on the earth. He just was, I liked him. I mean, we got along great. He's close to my age. He's a father. We had things in common outside of it, but he can do a lot of different voices. He's hilarious.
Before I get to my next question, Charlene says, which documentaries do you recommend? I guess you're watching 7 of them today.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. I recommend David Geffen, his story. It's out. I can't tell you where any of these are because I've been watching. I have like 7 streaming services I've been watching, so I can't tell you where they are. But you can look them up. David Geffen's a good one. Quincy Jones is a good one. There's also one with the Bee Gees that's really good.
Oh, I love the Bee Gees. They're my jam.
It's a great because they had 2 different time periods. They were huge.
Right.
That was good. I really enjoyed this new one called Visible about being out in television. It's a 5-part series on Apple TV, Apple Plus, about gay and lesbian representation throughout the years, and it's a really good one. And I recommend the Beastie Boys story.
Oh wow, yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah, a lot of good ones, man, all over the place. I like it.
Yeah,
I
was all over the place.
Yeah. Dave also says, yeah, Santa's a creepy dude. I mean, the more you think about it, it is kind of creepy. A little creepy.
He's judgmental too. He's very judgmental. We listen to my show, Closet Series. We talk about all of that on the show. So
yeah, I wonder. Yeah, you're right. I'm kind of creeped out about it. By the way, I said Dave Moxley had the first question. Do you want me to tell you who asked you these questions, or you want to keep it?
Sure, why not? That's fine. I don't care. I love it.
All right. So this is actually one of your frequent collaborators, Tammy.Govea. She has a couple for you. First one, do you have a phobia?
Well, yeah, and I thought people knew this already. I have a foot phobia and a carrot phobia.
By carrots, you mean looking at them or eating them?
Yeah, both.
Wait, but it's a carrot. Like, okay, wait. If you're going to the store and carrots are on the shelves, do you not get the stuff? How do you not look at carrots? They're in the middle of the case.
Not always. I'll tell you. You ask my phobia. You can't argue my phobias. I'm telling you, I have phobias.
I'm not arguing your phobia because I get it because I'm afraid of dogs, and everyone tried to tell me don't worry about it, it's fun or whatever. But I'm saying they're so commonplace. Like, how do you avoid it? That's, I guess, my question. I'm not judging. Chrissy's like, don't judge. I'm not judging. I am not judging. I'm saying, how do you avoid it? Like spiders, I see once every couple months, so it's kind of scary. But a carrot at a store is pretty basic. How do you avoid it?
I just do.
Fair enough. Moving on, because everything's on my hate in the chat. Tell.Govea also asks, are you superstitious? If yes, then what?
I am a little bit sometimes. I don't like to tell. I'm not about a rabbit. I did a show about that, but I'm not a rabbit. I'm a person who, I'm an old school. Sometimes something really good is about to happen. I may or may not share with people yet until I know it's for sure. I feel like I want to jinx it. I get a little nervous. I think it's a little superstitious. And when I do drop salt, I do put it over my shoulder.
Oh, is it the left shoulder or the right one?
It's the right. I think it's the right one. But I'm left-handed, so I'm always backwards. So you're left-handed too.
I mean, I just never thought about which shoulder to put it over. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She also asked Tammy.Govea, of course. She asked, what characteristic do you value most in a person?
Well, that's a good question. She should be a host.
She should be.
She should be. She should be an interviewer. What I admire the most? Loyalty.
Aw. And conversely, what characteristic do you detest the most?
Unnecessary drama. Unnecessary meanness. To me, when something, Flo was always mean to me. That's fine.
I love drama. What are you talking about?
I get turned on. That's a different story. When it's Flobo. No, but no, I was gonna flirt with Flobo. I'm just gonna flirt all night. Just keep guys all out.
Go on.
Well, you are my type of man. You are black, so
Well, this, built in.
you're all tall, black, and from Brooklyn. Works for me.
You keep forgetting I'm tall, though.
I do. I always forget you're tall until I see you again. Okay, sorry. Drink up here. Oh my God, what was the goddamn question again? What was it again?
Characteristic you detest most, you're like the drama.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the key word is unnecessary. That's the key word. I usually am a person who's very open to talking and discussing stuff and very open person. So if you do something that to me I find later is kind of very unnecessary and that bugs the shit out of me, I was like, if I give you the chance to be open and talk to me, then talk to me, or tell me you're not ready to talk, or tell me don't do something, don't act out on me, and then later it's like you didn't have to do that. Like if I was being closed off and whatever, then I get it. But I'm usually very open about talking it out and talking things through. That's why I say unnecessary meanness.
Fair enough. Yeah, let's have the dog over with the questions there. We got to move on to another person you love so much, who's just been giving you hit after hit after hit. Doug Hess.
Hess.
He's got Doug Hess, man. Forgotten Hollywood podcast available now wherever you stream. He goes,
yes. She's incredible.
I have a question. Why the fascination with soaps or shows like Falcon Crest or Dallas?
Oh, how funny. I couldn't tell you. That's a great question. I just have always loved soaps since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it's I'm like, that's something I've never been asked that for my entire life. Why I like certain shows. I kind of I like Dallas because of J.R. Ewing, and I like Dynasty because it was campy. But soaps in general, I just always love soaps. I maybe the drama of it, the comedy of it, the watching every day aspect or once a week.
Yeah,
it's character arcs, stories. That's a very good question. I don't know. Because soaps are good. Yes, Christina, because soaps are good. Sure.
So he actually singles out. I assume that means Young and the Restless. Do you want to talk about why you like that one in particular? Is YR, right?
YR. Okay. Well, YR is very much in the Black and the African American lexicon. A lot of African Americans has a huge audience. My mother, grandmother, they all watched it when I was growing up, and so YR is something that was completely okay. David, it's so funny. Wash that beer, David. The soap. But no, I think it was something that Black folks could look to it. There's this trend last week. The name Victor Newman started trending on Twitter. That's my friend Eric Braden. And a lot of Black folks were talking about growing up with Victor Newman. That we all relate to that character. As a white guy, we all relate to that character. Christophe St. John, who was another friend of mine who passed away several years ago, played Neil Winters. He was one of the few African American men on soaps that was in a business attire, that held himself high, had a family. There's a lot of groundbreaking things they did with Black folks on the show. So I like it, but it's high production value, great storylines. That's why I like Why Not, because it's good. It's good.
I have yet to really delve deep into soaps. I've dabbled. I've seen things here and there, but never got into that world. But it just seems like everyone's out to get you every week on those recaps.
Our recaps are we get into they are out to get me. They're always out to get me. I don't care.
Kenny Pooh says it's because it takes you away from the reality of your life by watching soaps. You're absolutely right.
Well, here's the next thing. I just want to piggyback really quick. I know it's your show, but it's really quick. The thing is, it's good to see people who look maybe richer than you are or bigger than you are go through problems. It's that short and fried thing. We love seeing people going through problems. We get turned on, excited, and happy to see someone else and you go, at least my life isn't like theirs. Like their life is so horrible. It's just so dramatic. There's something about that. I think that's
like the show Entourage or Sex in the City, right? It was kind of like these people are way beyond what I'm normally doing.
You're right. You can apply it to any show and just go, these folks are just out of control. Or this. I mean, yeah. I guess you can probably apply it to any show.
Haywood Wong says Flow Soap is NXT UK, and Candy Pooh says you watch soaps. It's called wrestling. It's different. I won't go into that because of the interest of time. Personally, I think wrestling is more of a comic book, but I understand the soap comparison. I do. Because especially the 90s wrestling. 90s wrestling was a lot more storyline based. Now it's more character athleticism based, but that's a whole other thing. But Doug has one more question, and that is he, that's you, Are you a vampire? He never sleeps, and he sends stuff out at all hours of the day.
I do sleep.
Prove
I
it.
sleep all the time. I sleep.
Prove
I love,
it.
I'll
Talk a
record
lot with
myself.
James Edgerton.
Okay, I'll record myself sleeping, bitches. No, I love sleep. Trust me. I'm not one of those people who's like, I did 4 hours a night. I'm a total bitch if I get 4 hours a night. No, I do sleep. Here's the I'm total. Oh no, I'm a total bitch. I need sleep. I need James. I need sleep. So I'm like, no. So I'm like, you want me to prove it, Flobo? Invite me over. I'll prove it to you. I'll sleep.
Wait, somebody just watch you sleep? Is that weird?
I don't know. You want to see me sleep? Shit, I don't know.
That is very Santa Claus status. He knows when you are sleeping.
No, I sleep. I do sleep. Well, the thing to answer your question is just that I don't have a regular schedule. Being an entrepreneur, and you know this also. The other night you put something out at 1:10 in the morning, and I retweeted it right after that. So I'm like, I mean, there's just times where I may fall asleep around 9, sleep till midnight, wake up for a couple hours, and do some work, and then go back to sleep because I don't have a set schedule. So that's what's kind of.
It's actually kind of weird. My brother is really more into. He splits night every night. He does like 9 to 3, and then like 7 to 10. But yeah, there's sometimes you get up and go, oh, well, might as well make myself productive.
Right. No, that's me exactly.
Before I move on, I was not an actual mayor. so let me explain this. For those of you who don't know, it's actually in the book, right? In the book Graduation Day. I ran for public office in my neighborhood council at Palms. And I was at this network called AfterBuzz on the Raw After Show. And I had auditioned for Raw, but I wasn't doing too well. In fact, my first couple of times I was so in my head about being which character for the show, I was basically silent. So I knew that I was going to be on the chopping block at AfterBuzz Raw. So one time when Johnny Quasto was like, hey, anything you want to say? I was like, I run for public office. And then Evan was like, sure, you must be the mayor or something. And I was like, oh, it's funny. And then I lost the election. I came in last place, but then the first shot I made was call me the mayor anyway. So it's kind of like this thing. So no, I never actually ran for mayor of any city.
I think Christina, I do age very well. I'm a vampire that way, she said.
Oh, yes, you are. You are. He's actually 40 years old. You thought I really cool. I could be a mayor now, David. I could be a mayor now. No problem. Just give me a city. Just give me a city. Oh, no, I quit politics. Well, that does it for Doug Hess. We got to move on, man. We have like 8 of these questions left.
Wow, I'm excited. Okay, people will talk about me. Sure.
The next couple of ones is from Jack Farmer. He asked question number 1: do you watch other host shows, and if so, which ones? And you better say After Hours. I swear to God.
Well, no. So I watch all your shows. I don't watch your wrestling ones, but I do watch What's Up, Flobo, because I'm always commenting on that one.
Hey,
and Inspired one of your shows for that. The whole sleeping, the relaxing one,
relaxing, yeah.
I know I watch What's Up, Flobo, and I watch the Flobo After Hours. I check out some of your interview. I watch and listen to New Amsterdam. Yeah, I watched Curvy Critic today. She interviewed Tiffany Haddish. That was a hilarious interview. Yeah, hilarious interview. So I watch some of her shows sometimes. I've listened to Candace's shows she's done on certain things, and my girl Amanda Russ. I listen to her show sometimes.
Nice.
I listen to a lot of people's shows because I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what this going. I want to support them. Hamza Mania. I watch his shows.
Hamza Mania, brother.
That's right. I love him. I watch his shows. No, I do. I watch my friend Caesar. I watch his shows. I do. I watch people host because I want to support them, see what they're doing, and I like to comment. And I'm just that kind of nice person. So yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing you take away. Even if you have like a 20 minutes or an hour, just watch a friend's show, man. Support. Sharing is free. Do it.
Right. Tony Moore. I watch his shows. I mean, yeah, I watch people's shows. I watch my other co-host shows.
Hey, remember More Please? That was a good show.
That was. After that, let me drink my tea on that one.
More. Say what? Say what? Say what?
The second best theme song next to yours, Flobo.
You know what's so stupid about that theme song? Every time Hums is on my show, he goes, "Hey, Mick, you play the song?" I'm like, no one's asking for it. You know?
I love your theme song. I love it. I love it. Yes, Black Don't Crack.
Black Don't Crack. What piece? This is also Jack Farmer. What piece of advice would you give other active hosts so they can improve? And by active, he says already creating and publishing.
You're here to entertain. Well, I'll tell you 2 things. produce your show, entertain. They have 10,000 choices out there to choose from. 10, 11, 12, whatever thousand, a million of them. Why should they watch you? Why should they listen to you? Really develop your show. Like develop your character or your person or persona. Develop what your show is about. Make sure it's clear to people. If you're an interviewer, do great interviewing. Or if you have a certain point of view, make sure that point of view is present. But produce your goddamn show and make sure you entertain the fuck out of me. Those are the two things you need to do. Seriously, I think people forget that this is entertainment on some level. I come on, I'm being funny. I type in Flobo's biggest fan. I show his books and stuff. It's part of it is to people laugh and get engaged because there really are a million choices. I mean, there's nobody why. Oh, there's Josh Alonzo. God,
Josh the Slayer.
Josh
What's up, Josh?
Alonzo.
What's going on?
But you know what I mean? It's like that's the point. Is that I'm here to give you. Yes, I do recaps of shows. You watched the goddamn show already, so you already know what fucking happened. So my job is to be, like you said, we're very impassioned. We get into it. We have yucks. We laugh, and we give you 20 minutes to an hour of something. You know that you can at least hopefully a community you can laugh and talk with it. But produce your shows and entertain people. That's what you're here to do.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh in the booth. I agree with you. I think a lot of times, especially when I was growing up and didn't have any friends, having noise on, which is funny because they don't make multi-camera sitcoms as much anymore. But that was like what I would keep on to keep people laughing. When you hear other people laughing, oh, great. But you have a show like the wrestling shows or the recaps, you're kind of like, yeah, man, it's kind of a party. You're all invited.
Yes, I agree.
Jack also asks, how do you quantify success in your creative endeavors?
I'm successful. I by waking up and completing something. And but it is. You're successful too. I know everybody looks at success by numbers, by clicks, by something. There's levels of it. But to me, basic success is if you create something and you put it out. If I get 3 views on something, that's still successful to me. That's just successful. I mean, for me, so yes, I've had 6,000 views for the week of my shows. That's great. Some folks get 100 a week. I mean, still, that's great. I feel like that's still something. It doesn't matter. It's like we have these different levels of success, but I'm successful. I just think I am. I was successful out the gate. By just being on a show and completing and getting fans engaged and getting views and likes. That to me and people talking. That to me is successful. I think people they put too much emphasis on certain things, and yes, those things are part of a success of something. But to me, I was telling Doug Hess, speaking of Doug Hess, our book sold some nice amounts for being nobodies. We sold some money. I was going to pay him some money. I was like, to me, that's successful. To me, that's successful. We're not on the New York Times bestseller list, successful, but we're successful that someone actually bought it and actually tweeted us and said, "I love the book." That's success. If someone says they engage your show, that's success. I'm successful. I walk around successful. I feel like I am just by just getting stuff done and getting where I've gotten.
Someday I'll feel that way too. Charlene asks, who inspires JLJ?
People who are doing stuff and completing it. I mean, literally, people who do stuff. People like Lin-Manuel Miranda. I love his work ethic. I love what he creates. I'm a huge fan. He's Puerto Rican, of course. I love that. But no, people who I have a lot of friends like Flobo. He inspires me. A lot of people inspire me. Who are out there pushing their wares, working hard to get stuff out there. That to me, the young folks inspire me because I feel like an old guy, and I feel like if I could be around them and they're doing stuff that's like working, I can do it too, and I'm still in the game. And but they people like that inspire. But like a lot of my friends inspire me, a lot of my family members inspire me. People are just doing stuff and again completing it, doing stuff and completing it. They're not just they don't have just intentions; they're actually doing it. And Flobo does a lot of great stuff, so he's a person I admire.
Yeah, but consider myself successful. One day I will, though. Jack Farmer continued because he gave us a whole laundry list of stuff. Number 4, what is your biggest pet peeve that other hosts do?
They act too hosty. Let me give you an example.
Tell me more, James.
Yes, hi, I'm James Lott Jr. and I can't. I'm like, oh my god, just calm the fuck down. It's like yes, da 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 da. Like it's just like okay, kids, the
Yeah.
camera's here. That bugs. When I see someone being hosty, to me that's not being authentic, and that bugs the shit out.
Yeah.
People who just where I can't get a sense of you a little bit. I'm not telling you to tell me your deepest, darkest secrets, but I won't be able to get. I won't be able to watch you. There are hosts I know. I won't be shady and name them, but there are hosts I know. You know I want to be shady. It's always cooler in the shade. You know I want to. But there's some hosts that I know still that I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know what their point of view is. I don't know, and I've been watching their shows for years, and I don't know who they are.
Right.
And that's me. At least every host that I work with, you kind of get a sense of who they are. You know who
Right.
Frank Moran is. You know who Tammy Gobert is. You know who. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like you work with Frank Moran too. But you know these are people. You know who Tony Moore is. You know who Michael Madden. Like we all have our things. You know who James Lott Jr. is. You know who it
You
is.
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
you do when you get me on a show. You know what you're getting, and so I think that's something that you can't take for granted. You can't take for granted. When I do a show with Marissa Serafini for When Calls the Heart, they know what her take is. They know what my take is when we come on and we do our show and it's successful. You know, I mean, to me, these hosts are so busy trying to look pretty, so busy worrying about their image. They're not creating their image. They're literally, they're wondering why they're not getting success. Why would nobody notice me? And another thing that bothers the shit out of me, I'm a good co-host also. So yes, I'm a big personality. But I also know how to be a good co-host. I always support my host. And you could be a lead. I'll let you be the lead. I have no problem with that. You could be the whole lead. I'll just come on and do what you need me to do. I'm a person who's like, what do you need? I'll bring it to you. Always.
Right.
You know I am. I think being a good co-host is a good thing too. You can still be recognized in a group without having to take over the group.
I hate
hosts who totally take over the conversation. They're trying so hard to get noticed. You're like, but girl, you ain't the lead host. Like you're overpowering everybody else. I saw a lot of that AfterBuzz harass me. And I said, you're trying too hard. It's like, I don't have to try that hard. I just know who I am. I can throw my little cuts and jabs or whatever in there, but I'm there to support the group. That's my other pet peeves. Like, be a good co-host. Be a good co-host. Shit.
It's a skill that people don't think of as much because it doesn't matter if you're in a corporate America job or a wrestler. You always think yourself being the champion, right, on top. But there's sometimes you got to be able to make someone else look good or set them up so they can knock them down. You know,
Yes.
And I think that's what makes great host and like elite host. It's a big difference. You know.
Well, also the thing is there's chemistry, and I think Tony, Mark, and I, Mark J. Freeman, Tony Moore, and I, when we started Edition Days 7 years ago, we were three very strong personalities, but we let each other shine. And it was like the Spice Girls. You had different hosts you could grab onto. People who love Tony, people who love James, people who love. I was Old Spice, of course. But then people like Tony, people that like Mark, people who like me. I know, I had to throw it in there. But it's very much that was the thing. Is that we still were three distinct personalities. And when I got Lucretia and Frank and Ladine, same thing. They love Frank, they love Lucretia, they love James. That's the whole point of you can create great groups together and chemistry. You know how it is when you do wrestling shows. I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I swear a lot more. Oh, I swear a lot more real. I have a mouth of a truck driver. And real.
It's so for those of you who can't see this, knows in the audio version, Charlene was asking about Jack Farmer, and I've worked with him, I guess 2 years now. That's how Jack Farmer is. Like people like him, Jim Alexander, Evan Mack. People think we come in with these characters. Like, no, I think what people don't realize that sometimes I set something up for Jack doesn't mean he's not being himself. It's just in real life. If you ever met Jack in real life, he curses a lot more. But it's him 100%. That's
Yes. Yes.
James is so modest and quiet. Oh yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And last question from Jack Farmer. Speaking of the potty mouth. Wait, sorry, I cut you. You cut out. What's that?
No, go ahead. Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back, baby. You're back in section than ever. Number 5. How many coffee cups do you own? Coffee mugs.
That's a great. Okay, I'm looking right now. I have.
Oh Lord, we broke the show. He's like 20,000.
I have about 20 of them. I'm looking right now. I'm looking at my cup shelf because I have mugs for almost every show that I do, and then special mugs. Yeah, I got about 20, 25.
Oh wow, I have like 6. That's respect, man. Respect.
I do a lot of shows. I have different cups of different shows.
I'm kind of a pig, so all my cups are oversized. That's why like 4 I used because they're just usually bigger than a normal coffee cup.
That makes sense.
Oh, cold brew for now. Yeah, we're going through this. Haywood Wong says every minute Evan's a tall drink of water. I think he's like 6'4", pretty large. Candy Poo says 45 mugs. Yeah, he's all man. Einstein on Rap says, did you catch Jim Alexander AEW's YouTube channel? He was on AEW Fan Fest video. Ask Christian Cage a question. Jim Alexander and Christian Cage. I will check that out after this. But we got to move on because James doesn't do wrestling at all, and he's a guest here at After Hours. He's like, the hell are we talking about? What?
I was thinking it. So go ahead.
I respect it as we have our guests here at home. This couple of questions is from Candace Mack, Candy Poo herself.
Oh, jeez.
She goes, James, what is the most embarrassing experience in your whole life?
My whole life. Well, I talk about this one experience I had that was my career. So it was kind of embarrassing. I'm not shamed very easily. So that's why I don't have that many embarrassing things. I just don't get shamed. Where I spit on Natalie Cole.
Oh wait, the Natalie Cole?
Yeah.
Like, okay, where's like you were talking to her and like the spit came out, or you're like hop? Like what happened?
I just spit on her. Did I take that unforgettable bitch? No. No, just kidding. No, I was interviewing her and I had eaten something right beforehand. Even though I had washed my mouth out or whatever, but I guess a piece of salad was still in there. And I was talking to her on camera and a piece of salad flew onto the top of her dress.
Oh, better that in her face. Ugh.
I was still so embarrassed. She was so sweet about that. I have to give it to her. She rest in peace. She was very sweet about it. But that was I think she goes, oh, you're turning 5 shades of red. I'm like, I am. Yes, black folks can blush.
We can. Fun fact, that was actually another question submitted by Leslie Colon. She asked about your most embarrassing moment on camera. So I'm glad that
I don't get embarrassed very easily, folks. I have no shame. I've fallen in front of people, tripped, and I don't have embarrassing moments. It's
true. Sometimes when James doesn't know anything, people be like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed." He's like, "I'm pretty," and that'd be the end.
I do. I'm pretty. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I have no shame. I don't. Shame, embarrassment, and shame don't have no place in my life. I just don't. We're people.
The life you live, man. That's inspiring. Candace also asked, if you could relive a moment in your life, what would it be?
You know what's funny? I would like to relive because I would like to actually really because it happened in a blur to me. So we were all recently, all of us in Flobo and Clear were recently nominated for the Capital City Web Awards. None of us won.
Another thing I lost.
I lost 3 times. No, okay. So here's the deal. I wish I was back at that when I did win, when I won that time 2 years ago. I wish. It was an out-of-body experience. I wasn't fully present. I like to actually go back and actually be present during that time, my speech and everything. It was a great speech. I love it. It was the speech that broke the internet and everything. I love that, but I didn't plan that speech. It just came out of me, and I didn't expect to. I mean, I wish I was a little more present.
Here's a question for you, because not only you're the Capital City Web Awards guy, you're also the Bread and Fridge guy and the Jimmy Kimmel guy. How many times have you broke the internet?
Well, I'm writing a book right now about that. It's called "That Time I Was." Okay. It's the title. The secondary title is a little rough. It's from being raped to making history on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So that's the subtitle.
Oh my gosh, I'm not sure Jimmy Kimmel will approve that title.
Yeah, I know. I think it'd be like, what? It's a rough title. We're working on something.
Okay.
The point is about my life experience, my extraordinary life experiences I've had in my life. I've had a bunch. That just like I'm a regular guy who just happens to have these weird experiences. So, but this year alone, I've gone viral 3 times since January.
Okay.
Last year I went viral twice. That's 5 times.
Must be nice.
It's crazy. And then when I did House 14 years ago, I went viral. Before there was internet viral, I went viral with all my friends and colleagues.
So,
So I
I'm gonna jump in there because you weren't planning to be an actor, but you got on a show, one of the hottest shows in Hollywood at the time, and people were just fighting to be on, and you were like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and you left. Just say,
I did. I was like, I won't be in charge. I'll be an actor. Fuck that.
crazy.
I know it's just James Lott Jr. Going viral, but yes, I would say probably about 6 times that I've gone viral where the whole world was talking about me. It's weird.
What's the secret, man? Put me on. I haven't gone viral once. I
don't know.
tried.
That's the thing, Flobo. I wish I could bottle up and tell you the secret is. I have no idea. Like, I mean, I'm literally minding my own business, and an 8-second video, Flobo. 8 seconds. 8 seconds. 8 seconds.
Bread and fridge guy. I see what you're talking about.
8 seconds.
I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous.
Of a Jimmy Kimmel thing, that was meant to happen because I knew that would happen once I got on there. Me being picked again was just a stroke of someone liked me, remembered me, and got me on there. But I mean, I knew once I went on there, it would be a big deal. The Let's Make a Deal thing, I didn't realize it was going to be that big. I didn't realize it was going to be that big, and that got big too for me. So, I mean, there's some things I don't know. And last year when I went viral for the first time last year, it was over a video I did about my left-handed notebook. It got 1 million views. It's a left-handed notebook.
A million. Wow.
1 million on TikTok. And then the same time I went viral was over when Nipsey Hussle died. I posted a mural of his, and it went viral. And so I saw it. He was here in Inglewood. I saw it. I posted it, and I think it got 2 or 3 million. It just went viral. Again, I didn't plan. I thought it was a cool mural in honor of him. I didn't know him personally. I knew the work he did in my neighborhood. But I thought it was cool. I thought I'm gonna post it, and it just went super viral. So maybe I don't know timing, but the bread thing, I have no clue why that just got so big. I think at this point it's at 40 million or something at this point total. It's the craziest thing.
I've been viral 0 times, and you would think it would rub off, but nope. Fine. Candace also asks, "Could I hold your Capital City Web Award?"
Oh, does she want to hold it? Or sure.
I think she wants
come to
to
LA. Yeah, she's lost 3 times. So I've been nominated 5 times. I've been nominated the most in all the host categories. 5 nominations, 1 win. Capital City Web Awards over there. Let me get it for you.
Please do. So for those in the audio version, James Lott Jr. has left his station to go bring the Capital City Web Award over to the show wearing my shirt, Call Me the Mayor. And there it is.
There it is,
okay.
Kids.
It's fine.
Series.
Just looks like a penis rock formation. Congratulations. I'm not jealous of Shady. No.
It's very penile. I'll take it. I like that.
Okay. I know we're after hours, James, but Jesus.
You said it. I'm just following along.
I always try to be shady, not kinky. It's a very fine line.
Everybody can touch it if they want to. Everybody can touch it if they want to. Sure.
I don't want to touch your penis rock. Charlie says, "What accomplishments are you most proud of?"
My first song, I Am Ready. My first book. He's on the remix. It's good. Now, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of that song. I completed something I always wanted to do. My first book. 54 short stories, volume 1. That was something that it was in the works for a long time. I'm very proud of that book. My first audio drama, Mistletoe Road, which Flobo stars in.
Hey.
That was my first audio drama that I wrote. Capital City Web Award. I like an award. And raising my children and being a good grandfather to my grandkids.
Dang, the day you become a great granddad, that might be a whole nother show.
Ooh, don't jinx me. Please don't jinx me. I have children, so don't jinx me, please. I don't be a good grandfather.
How's that jinxing? Happy to great granddad. How's that jinxing?
Ooh, I'm not ready yet. I'm only 52. I'm not ready yet. I'm a young grandfather. Not ready yet.
We got some questions from the crowd. Candy Pooh says, "Will you remember what Price is Right game she loves to be on?"
Kiss My Grits.
Wow, Kiss My Grits is not name of a show. I guess I got the question wrong. The answer is Plinko.
I know.
So that's a deep cut. Last time James was on, because James wanted to have all the games of What's Up Flobo, we had a game where we asked questions about trivia about some of his collaborators. He got the question wrong about Candace.
I did.
And Dave asked, "What's the deal with the koala? What's the origin story? And what is your biggest defining moment?"
It's not because if you came on a former show with him on here, I talk about koala bears, and Dylan Matthews, who's Australian, was like, they have chlamydia. And I said, but my thing is, I've had an obsession with koalas since I was a kid. My first term paper in junior high school was on koalas. I have a brick at the koala house at LA Zoo. I'm a huge koala fan. So I brought it on for him. And we talked about it last time, so I just brought it on.
You brought it on to spite somebody who said, "Hey, they have chlamydia."
Yeah, well, you know, I'm shady.
Yeah, that just proves how petty you can be.
Oh yeah, clearly. I'm old and petty now. I'm getting older. I'm getting pettier.
Not bad. Pettier. And finally, this question is from your pal Flobito, and he asks, "How many tattoos do you have? And if not, would you get one? And if you will, where would it be?"
I have 0 because I'm a big chicken. I always forget you have them. Okay, every once in a while, your shirt, I'll see your shows. Obviously, I see a piece of your tattoo here. Yeah, you have one. So you have one.
I got 4.
Not
I don't know if you can see here. The hourglass here hurt because there's no fat. It's all breastbone.
Yeah.
But it kind of comes where you get it done.
So my thing is, one day on one of my shoulders, I want to get an hourglass that's half full, and the word hope on it. Now, Days of Our Lives fans know why I would want to do that. But I'm a big, giant baby. But I want to do it one day. I want to get a tattoo before I die.
Wait, now hold on there, James Lott Jr. Nice changing the subject. Hold on. Let me just in a second. Leslie, I have 4 tattoos. One on my chest here, one on each arm, and then one on the back of my shoulder. And I'm not sure what the 5th one's going to be if I decide to get one, but I have 4 pieces, like Leslie does as well. So, James, if you want one, but you're a chicken, what's it going to take? You can't get drunk. You have to sign a form saying you're not drunk.
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take. I want one. I do want one. I'm scared to get one. I heard it. It's like little pricks, and I heard all this stuff. I haven't done it yet. I mean, my grandson was like, "Let's go together and do it," and then he ended up going on his own. I didn't do it.
Well, I will say this: it depends on what you get on stuff. Line work is annoying, but the shading will probably be the one where you go like, ah. So I can only show 3 now on the camera, but I have my first tattoo I got when I was 18. Right.
Flobo.
That's me. And I got this when I was 21. It's Statue of Liberty, but she holds a microphone instead of the torch.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got this one at 25, which was the Greek goddess Nemesis on my chest. But my 4th one's on my back of the shoulder, which is not what I want to do, is strip from all my female fans out there. But I'm doing it anyway. I don't know. I'm awkward.
Take it off, Flobo.
Single awkward.
Take it off.
Awkward. It's September 2021, man. What do you got left to do this year besides all your millions of audio dramas?
Exactly. It's not something I have this year. I have finished up a couple of albums. I have a project I need to talk to Flobo about. Actually, I haven't talked to you about it yet. I went to my kid brother. I have a whole new. I have an apology to give Flobo and everything. It's all off camera. I guess I got to tell him. I got a whole thing. I just wait for.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah,
you never say sorry to me ever. I'm curious.
Oh my goodness, take it. No, for the rest of this year, it's going to be just life as usual. There is no rest of this year. It's just life as usual. Right now, working on all this Christmas stuff. That's what I'm working on right now. Working on Pepper Winters, as you know, almost done with that. We'll start working on Mistletoe Road and House of Frost. I got a couple things. Right now. I've been writing some really creative things that books and dramas and shows and songs and poetry. I've been writing a lot of interesting stuff that I want to release. I want another album I want to put out. You guys understand? I have an album out right now. The number 3 song on my album is a song with Flobo. It's like doing so well. It's crazy.
And I can't sing for a shit.
I know,
I'm
but
terrible.
for you, apparently it's a huge hit in my group. So I'm just like, okay. I don't know. It's just more albums, more books, more audio dramas. more diversity. I thought this way. I'm mostly just being creative and more organizing. I'm a lot of organizing. I'm doing this, clients, life coaching. Right now, I think because right now the world is so uncertain. So I'm kind of like just riding the wave out until next year because there's other things I want to do like classes and JLJCon or whatever. There's always things. I have these big ideas I want to do, but right now with the variant and half my friends becoming positive with COVID, I'm just like I'm not doing no with nobody. I'm just gonna hold out and see how the rest of this year goes.
I agree. Like, well, doing these weddings are happening, so I have to refill contracts, but it's so scary. But there's a minute here in the chat, a lot of tattoo chat. Roman Reigns sleeve, James with a sleeve tattoo from the shoulder to the hand. That'd be kind of fun to watch. Christy says, "Do it. I'll hold your hand." She'll do it, James. She'll hold your hand.
And take me to El Taco afterwards and hold my hand. She knows what I'm talking about. Take me to El Taco.
Are you guys having a play date and I'm not informed? That's kind of weird.
It's in Downey. It's a place that I love in Downey. She knows about it.
Gotcha. My final question for you tonight is about those audio dramas and Mistletoe Road specifically. And I got to ask, I'm having Kirsten, we want more Mel Lady. Mel Lady needs her own storyline, her own love interest.
Yes,
no, not just living the mail. I mean, I want a story that the mail lady can sink her teeth into. What's her name, James? Put the mail lady on. What are you doing?
Here's what's fun with the mail lady. We're going to see she's not as happy as she seems. There are some episodes that she reveals some stuff. So mail lady may sound happy. Well, you're gonna find some other side to her because we're fleshing out Mistletoe Road. That's why. So it's not the happiest place on earth as you may think it is. So the mail lady has more lines, and she's completely. You
hear that, Kirsten? Triple your rate. You got to be part of the show. So we're totally having a good time. Yes, El Tacos and down here. Going to hit those up afterwards. I'm not even a big taco fan, but I will get tacos with you guys.
No. Here's the thing, Flobito. It's about the tacos. It's about the taquitos. They have the best taquitos. Yes, they have the best taquitos. Steak, chicken, whatever, with this guacamole and sour cream. It's the best. It's the best.
All right, I'm more of a flautas guy, but I'll make it happen. I'll make it work.
Yeah. Really knows everybody's business. She knows everybody's business. That's right. So be careful.
So I gotta say this that Leslie Colon is fantastic. She's a beautiful, smart, brilliant, totally the most kind-hearted and compassionate people on the planet. And one time over the winter, I was like, I'm not really fan of Mexican food. And this loving individual looked me in the eyes and was like, Flobito, how dare you? So I will say that my tia, Leslie's mom makes the best Mexican food I've ever had. But there's no storefront. So what's a Flobito to do? Let me know where I can go and get some authentic Mexican food so I know I can change and expand my horizons.
That's hilarious. Oh my
and
God.
Lastly, before we get out of here, Katie Poo asked, let the people know the FAA crew when the next Forever the Day book's coming out.
I'm right now writing the next Magnifier and the next Bay Ridge Hotel one. So yes, they'll be coming out this fall. I would say within the next month or so, they'll be out.
I can't wait. James, it's always a pleasure, man. I mean, make this show super easy. I didn't write down anything besides the questions, but we had a show. We're at the end of the show.
Wait, did we answer all the questions?
We answer all the questions, baby. You just walk right through them. Bam, 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 bam. So shout out to Candace Mack, Leslie, Jack, Doug Hess, Tammy Govea, and Dave Moxley with their contributions this time.
Wow. I miss Jack Farmer. I know he'll miss me, but I miss him very much.
He misses you.
You don't show
he
it.
Does. He's very busy. He's kind of busy.
He's famous now, so yeah, he's busy.
I mean, look, man, if someone has to be famous from AfterBuzz. I mean, put me on, baby. Yeah, we've been working together on some projects, but no, we gotta get us all in the same room, probably before tacos or after tacos. We'll make it happen.
Yes.
So,
congratulations on doing this late night show. Is not easy for you. I know the behind the scenes stuff. I know it's not easy for you all the time to get guests and be up this late, but you're doing a great job. This is a late night show, and you have some great guests on here. You guys are with people I've never heard before. I get to see them and learn more about them and start following them. So, folks, follow Flobo. Follow Flobo. Get his book. Get his shirt.
Yeah, book number 7, Graduation Day, is available on Amazon, and the shirts, like you said, they call me the mayor, Flobito, threadless.com. More designs coming down the pipe, but it's not about me promoting myself. It's about you, man. I want to follow and stalk you and all your brands because you have a lot of them. What's the deal? Take all the time. I allotted 6 minutes, so you can go as long as you want of how people can find you online, man.
Okay, thank you, Flobito. All of my books are on Amazon.com under James Lott Jr. Books. I have 50 books. That's right, kids.
50.
50. I'm the James Patterson of James Pattersons. I have 50 books, including my first children's book, first young adult book. The rest are all short stories, and I have very many series. So go to Amazon.com, James Lott Jr. for books. Music. My latest album is called Salvation is Possible While Dancing Your Way to Heaven. Half the album is Christian dance songs. The other half of the album is 80s songs.
Finally.
I know, finally. My number one song on the album is Miss Pac-Man is My Best Friend. That's my number one song on the album. It's very 80s. I know. It's very 80s.
Is it actually Miss Pac-Man or is it a metaphor for something?
Listen to the song and find out the lyrics. You'll find out.
I was trying to. Okay, go ahead.
And another song called Back to the 80s. I have a song called Where's My Walkman. Salvation is out. Please, you can get it anywhere. You get your streaming services. You buy your music. You can get it there. And all my music, you can get there. I have 7 albums out, and you can check out any of them out. They're everywhere. Or go to SoundCloud, James Lott Jr. There too. I have new music coming out all the time. We have a song coming out called Fun in the Club. It's the sequel to Alone in the Club that I wrote for him. He's on it. Coming out in 2
now.
weeks. Coming out
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, yes. So Fun in the Club, Flobo, Boyce, James Lott Jr. So look out for that. I'm doing that. And then all my audio dramas are on every streaming service platform you can think of, from iHeartRadio to Spotify to Google, Apple, everything in between. So go ahead and check those out. Just type in JLJ Media and they'll start popping up. All my shows are on there too, but audio dramas. Tomorrow is the season finale of Fairview Heights, a show I'm very proud of. And it's a good ending too. It's a good ending. We have some good actors on that. Season 1 done. Check that out, please. This Thursday, it's episode 4 of The Grown Adventure of the Tooth Fairy. That's coming out. It's a great episode there, too. We have a great Tooth Fairy. And Frank Moran plays Dr. Floss, evil guy. He's really good. He's really good.
Moran.
Yeah, Frank Moran.
I love it.
And then, of course, all of my network, JLJ Media, which is on YouTube. Go to JLJ Media, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. I have over 35 shows you can choose from Star Wars, which Ryan Nielsen and I will be doing a Mandalorian update. Mark Hamill talking about the Mandalorian and the new Star Wars Vision series that's coming out. So that's coming out this week. Me and Ryan Nielsen, just hold on. Just follow me and you'll find out when that's coming out later this week. And then, of course, Flobo's favorite thing I always say, and I've said it 10,000, 100 times. You can follow me where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. And I love you, Flobo.
If there's only one of you, and I can't purchase you, you're always sold out. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I'm so upset. Whatever, bro. Yeah, you heard him. Follow him. Be like just ingrained in the JLJ Media Empire because you will get swept up in it. You'll be buying merchandise. You'll be buying every kind of album and stuff. It's a lot of fun. But that does it for me. What's up, Flobo After Hours? I'll be back next week with Mo Norani, who's an actor and comedian, going to talk about what it means to be a brown individual in Hollywood. I can relate with that. But, until next time, After Hours are closed. James, any final thoughts?
Bye.
The baddest in the land. Someone who always can. Don't you know?